everyone, Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today I'm back here for another, well, it's not really a speed build, it's just a renovation video. And today we're going to go ahead and renovate a lot in Brindleton Bay, which is called a weird name and I can't think how to pronounce it. It's something like DOMUS FAMILIARIS or something. I'm just going to go with that, but you'll see from the title the correct way of spelling it and things, so, you know, it doesn't really matter. Anyways, so if you'd like to go ahead and download this for yourself, it is up on the gallery now. My origin ID is real Thomas TV1 and you can go ahead and get the renovated version for yourself. So I did actually get an early access review copy of the game provided by EA, so thank you so much for that. And this video is presented by EA Game Changers. So by the time you see this, the game should already be out. It's just I've been a little bit busy with trying to get all the cats and dogs content, and I feel like every creator at the minute who's covering cats and dogs is having the same problem. Especially the first day when we got the codes, it was kind of just all a bit hectic and everything, but you know, we're getting there. And I should also have a cats and dogs LP, but not really a cats and dogs LP. It's called Kelsey's Life, and it's basically a just like a normal LP, but I wanted to incorporate cats and dogs in some way into it, but I just didn't want to focus a full LP on it because I know everybody in the Mothers is doing a cats and dogs LP, so I really just wanted to kind of allow something for me to explore it myself in terms of gameplay, but not kind of bore you with another person, especially me, doing a cats and dogs LP. So anyway, back to this. So this was actually one of the first like lots that I renovated. I know I do apartment renovations all the time, but actual houses and things, this is probably one of the first ones I've done. I don't know why I haven't done them, I just prefer to do apartment ones, I suppose. But yeah, so if you like me doing these types of renovations as well, then please let me know and I'd be happy to do some more. And yeah, so what else was I going to say? Well, I was actually a little bit kind of stumped on what I was going to do with this. It was kind of a little bit of an odd shape, this whole house, and I kind of was thinking, do I want to kind of change up the shape of it, or do I just want to kind of, you know, just fix it up a little bit by, you know, changing colours and changing the interior? And that's what I went with, because I felt like if I just change up the whole exterior of the house, you won't really recognise it. It will be a kind of a completely different lot. So I kind of just wanted to renovate the inside mostly. So in terms of pricing and everything, I literally cannot remember for the life of me. Let me check the gallery app. I do this all the time. I check the gallery app during the video, so I can kind of get specific figures and stuff about the lot. Otherwise, because I can't remember that. So let me just check here. I hope I have, yeah, I have put it up. So it does have, let me see. So it still just has the normal 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and it came in at 88,429 simoleons. I believe this was starter price, so I did put quite a bit of simoleons into it. But you know what? I don't really like to restrict myself because, you know, I don't use CC in my builds or anything. So in terms of money, like simoleons and packs I'm using, I don't really restrict myself that much unless I'm doing a budget build. This one I kind of just wanted to do without what I wanted and then, you know, kind of think of something to come up with. So there was actually a little backyard in this. It had like a back door, but I actually took that out and just did it at the front. Now I don't know why I did that. I just thought it was something a little bit different because you don't normally see a backyard at the front, really. But it's not really a full backyard. It just has, well, a front yard, I guess. It just has a little barbecue underneath one of the big trees, and also a little seat and table thing as well, as you can see now. And I did a little bit of landscaping. I didn't go too overkill because that's something I do all the time, and it just, you know, it just adds so much money to it as well. And also did a few plant pots here. Now I always do that with the plant pots. I always put those plants in them. I can't think what the other hydrangeas, I think they are. I always put those in just as like a filler. But of course, once you go ahead and download it for yourself, if you want to use those for your own sort of thing, then you can just go ahead and add those in, like your own plants and things. So let me know in the comment section down below if there's any kind of other cats and dogs content you want me to cover, like any video ideas with a pack I could do, because I do have quite a few and I am just working through them. I did make a big list before the pack came out of things I want to do. Some of them I don't have the inspiration for because, you know, well, that's just kind of something I feel like we'll all have. You know, I might get an idea one day, but the next day we'll come back to it. I'm like, I'm not really feeling this anymore. So I've had that with a few of the ideas, but most of them has been alright. And also, for some reason, while I was doing this, I kept getting comments like on my gallery page. You'll see notifications come up, and I was keep going back to check them. I don't know why. It was really random because I never ever get comments that rarely on my gallery uploads, and then all of a sudden when I'm doing a video, I get like loads of them, and it was really weird. Anyway, so I did just go ahead and have a quick look at that one. I don't know why, but when I get like you know, I never really check notifications that much on the gallery unless it's a comment. Then I'll go ahead and take a look. But it's really annoying that on the gallery we don't have a reply functionality. That would be so useful, because when I get questions and stuff on the gallery, I'm like, what's the point of even replying to them? Because that person's not going to really see it unless they go back to my gallery page, find which post that actually you know, post it on, and then go ahead and check my replies. So I normally just leave those replies, so I'm sorry if you've ever left a comment on one of my gallery uploads and I haven't got back to it. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I tend to think that people wouldn't go back and check. I mean, that's kind of stupid to think about if they left a comment, like a question. Maybe I don't know, I'm rambling now. So we're just working on the kitchen here, and as you can see, we went for like a red colour scheme. Now, I do this all the time, and people will start picking up on it that I've been using red way too much. I don't know what it is, it's just a lot of the time I used to use neutral colours all the time. For literally every single thing would be a neutral colour scheme, which when you think about it is very boring. So I have been trying to step out my comfort zone a little bit and use more colours and stuff in my builds. But I've noticed now that I've been using colour a little bit way too much, and you know, I haven't really been doing neutral colours at all now, and red is starting to become the norm. So I don't know what it is, but it's just a really nice colour scheme, I think. And yeah, also another thing I want to point out, when I was talking about my LP just before there, this house, this renovated version of the house is actually the place that my parents, not my parents, Kelsey's parents lives in from the LP. So yeah, there you go. So if you recognise, I did actually mention, I think this is going up after part 2. If it is, and I did mention in part 2 that this renovation video will be going up at some point. So yeah. So in terms of what packs I used today, it was primarily cats and dogs, but I didn't really restrict myself that much. There were a few odd things. I can't really think of a specific example of where I didn't use cats and dogs, but I think I did use some other packs somewhere else. And also I did put that huge big planter pot thing on the coffee table, and when I think about it, you probably won't be able to see the TV if you're sitting on that main couch there. So that was a bit of a stupid thing to do, but it's The Sims, and I don't think that really is like a you know, like a thing that the would affect it, I suppose. Like, I think they'll just still be able to watch and get a moodlet from it and stuff, or whatever happens. So yeah, it's not really much of a big deal. But you know, see exactly what I was saying about the comments. You still just got like 3 there all of a sudden, which never happens. So I was kind of just looking at what that was. Anyway, so what I was saying about the planter pot is that it probably doesn't matter, but if it gets annoying for you and thinking about, okay, that's in the Sims way, then you can easily move it. So we're just doing a little seating area here. It was very spacious for, I believe this is a starter home, isn't it? I think it is a starter home. If it is, it's very spacious for a starter home. That's probably why the original version wasn't very well decorated, but that's kind of understandable. A few things that I actually learned from Sim Guru Grant about how pre-made lots and stuff work in The Sims 4 is I was actually asking him the other day. It's actually really interesting. The people who make the pre-made lots and stuff for the game are called environmental artists, and this is like literally like a dream job for me to make the lots that go into the game, like which come with, you know, expansion packs and worlds and stuff. I would love to do it. I've been wanting to do that for such a long time now, even if I can just make one lot, but if that being like a full-time job, because I asked him as well, do these people just make pre-made lots for a living and that's all they do? And he said yes. So that's like an actual dream job there. And they have so many things I have to think about, and some things I didn't even realise. I knew that they had to make the lots basic, so it has to run on every type of computer. I knew that, but the other thing I didn't know is that they have very strict instructions of making sure that Sims face certain ways and that Sims will walk around the lot in certain ways as well. There's lots of very tedious things that they have to think about, which kind of puts me off the job a little bit if I were to do that. But you know, I didn't even realise that much stuff goes into it. So it kind of just goes to show how much attention to detail you know, they pay attention to. So yeah, that was really interesting to know. So we're just working on one of the bedrooms here, which is the master. Is this the master bed? I think this is the master bedroom, yeah. And there's also another one, which I did in more of a neutral colour scheme, because this whole house is pretty much red. But there's also that bathroom right now, which we're just working on, which has kind of got like a black colour scheme, which is something I don't really do a whole lot of. So there's a lot of different colours going on here, isn't there? We've got like red, we've got neutral, we've got black. So there's lots of different things going on. So we're nearing the end of the build already. This didn't take me that long. I think it took me about like how long, about 45 minutes or so in total, which is like no time at all. Sometimes what happens is builds normally take me quite a while to do sometimes, but I really just have to sit down and focus on it. Sometimes I kind of like dawdle around the build, if that makes sense, and I kind of like, just spin my camera around like a million times thinking what I'm going to do next, but I just have to go in and do it, and that's what makes me not spend as much time on a build, if that makes sense. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm going to go ahead and leave the voice over here because I'm starting to ramble. So I really hope you enjoyed today's build. If you did, make sure in the comment section down below, let me know about what you thought of it, and any other video ideas you have using cats and dogs, or just videos in general, let me know in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like, share and subscribe if you haven't, and download this from the gallery. My origin ID is real, Thomas TV1, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!